we go. Hey, it's Steve Tomaszewski with the Soldiers Family TV and Radio Talk Show. I am here today with the Senior Vice Commander, Doc Schmitz.
Yes, sir.
And the State of Illinois State Commander, Don Boyer. Hi, guys.
How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Pleasure.
How you doing?
Holy smokes, Batman. What a day here today. What a privilege it is for us to have you here. Thank you so much.
It's mutual. I understand you have three kids in the service.
Yes, I do. United States Air Force. Hi, Steve. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Jared. And Abby. Don't forget her. You go through it. Maybe you can tell us, why are you here today? This is a State of Illinois function. We're going to talk with our State Commander in a second. But why are you here today, Doc?
I'm here to visit the troops, the members of the organization, see what's going on, anything that the National can do to help them in any way whatsoever, serving veterans and their families in the community.
Okay. And today, Don, we've been at the Peoria Rivermen together.
Yeah.
We were up in Schaumburg, VA Level Center. We do some of the graduations at the Great Lakes.
Right.
What is the actual event going on this weekend?
It's a council of administration. We shortchange it to say the C of A.
C of A.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we do here is they bring business before the council, whatever the state may have. We bring it up, and it's up to the council to pass it. They can take a vote and pass.
What kind of things are they passing today?
Well, they're bringing up SOPs. They're going to be doing that tomorrow.
Standard operating procedures?
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll be voting on them tomorrow to keep them, have them new ones in place. Plus, we're going to be having 3 people like trustees over our department now. So that's all going to be voted on tomorrow. And,
wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. And we also helped a veteran the other day. He lost his blower on his furnace and so we helped him out with it from department.
Yeah, I think a lot of the misunderstandings about, and we want to do a shout out to all veterans, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, whatever branch of the service you're in, Merchant Marines, come out and talk to the folks at your local post in Illinois, well, across the country, right?
Yes.
Even in Hawaii, where General Patton received his first 1937 at Hickam Air Force Base, his 357 with walnut handles. So there, and you're global. Now, I didn't know there were over 200 posts in Illinois.
285.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And Vice Commander, do you have any idea how many posts there might be?
Let me give you an idea. We have 1.6 million members.
Yeah.
Members.
Members.
Wow.
Some of them are at large. They're just card carriers supporting our organization for our legislative efforts. Our service officer program, I've got to mention, that's why we were founded. Our service officers help families and veterans who have claims with the Veterans Administration for totally free. All it's going to cost them is their time. And if they want to contact either the department, who can refer them to a local one, or they can call our national office in Washington, D.C., and they will hook you up with a service officer to work through the paperwork and represent you to get a claim going.
You know what? Back in World War II, everybody came home, everybody joined the VFW, and then in Korea and Vietnam, it took years for acceptance. Now today, we see the younger people coming here from the Gulf War, from Desert Storm, from Operation Iraqi Freedom, from Operation Enduring Freedom, and the women, all the women who have served in our military. And we just want to send our hand out to them and say, hey, come out and talk with us. John Davin's going to be with us here in a second. But, come on out to your local VFW and, attend a meeting. It doesn't cost anything, right?
Right.
You go through, come in, have a cup of coffee, sit down. Now, I don't want to give out your cell phone number again as you did last time, okay? But the interesting thing is, I see you everywhere.
Yes, I'm always around and about doing whatever I need to do, even if I don't need to do it. I'm out there looking. I'm out there to try to help any veteran that I can help, and to help and to build our numbers too. Our next 2 years, we're going to have a female commander. It'd be Lori Emmers. She'll be coming up. She's my junior vice, and she's going to be a really good state commander. Lori's really good.
Now, yesterday you were in St. Louis? Where were you?
Well, actually, I was in Arizona.
Arizona?
Yeah, I had to go through St. Louis.
And then somebody had to come pick you up in St. Louis?
That's affirmative, yes.
Holy
And I leave for Kansas City on Sunday, and after Kansas City, I've got 4 days there, 1 day off, and I head to Tennessee.
Originally from New York?
Correct.
United
Upstate-
States Marine Corps?
Navy Corpsman attached to the Marine
Navy
Corps.
Corps. There you go, to go through it. Well, this is really a privilege and an honor, and a shout out to the Chicago Auto Show, Mark Bialik, Jennifer Moran, the Illinois Auto Dealers Association. We're talking about putting a show together for the VFW every month in support for all of our veterans and everything that the auto dealers, the banks, Wintrust Bank, Fifth Third Bank, State Farm Insurance, Turtle Wax, it just never ends. Everybody just keeps asking me. We're very excited about this. How about a quick shout out to everybody in the VFW and to our men and women serving in our country today so we can be here.
Always remember the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, does more for veterans than anyone on the planet or Earth, and we do it for free.
Doesn't get no better than that.
Sir, yes,
Don,
sir.
then we're going to get to John here in a second.
Yeah, we'd like to thank you for the service that you're doing to protecting our nation, to doing the job that we all once did, and that you've picked this torch up and have done a fantastic job of defending this country and other lives across overseas. Thank you so very much. Thank you from the Illinois VFW and the National VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars. We are all veterans and we're in this together.
And can you also introduce John Davin right now?
This is our National Council member, John Davin. He's from the Bolingbrook.
I say Davin.
He's from the Bolingbrook Post. He at 5917, and he's a really active member and really does a lot for veterans.
Okay. And John, tell us a little bit about you. Don't move, don't move.
I'm moving.
Tell us a little bit
no,
about
she's
you. I'm
staying.
going to step out. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Well, I joined the VFW a couple of years ago when I was stationed in Okinawa, and it was the largest post in the world, 9723, and
In Okinawa.
in Okinawa.
Holy smokes, Batman. Okay.
And what had happened, I was an E6 Marine, and I was an E6, and he came up, we were both in Class A's, and he said to me, he says, Sarge, he says, you got the Vietnam service and you got the Expeditionary Medal.
Wow.
What VFW you belong to? And I said, I don't belong to any.
Oh, wow. And I think that's a common trait today with our younger service people. You know, they come back, go, yeah, my dad did that, you know. And it's like, well, yeah, he did it for a reason because the men and women before him were a part of this organization. And maybe you can just come down and have a cup of coffee. What do you say to someone who's interested
Well, that's
in
exactly what he did to me. We went down and he bought me a drink and I bought him a drink. He bought me a drink. I gave him $20 and 3 days later I was chairman of the House Committee.
Oh, boy.
And it's been going uphill ever since then.
The story never changes.
Right.
We're going to just stand this back just a little bit so I can get a little bit so all of us in on this. And there we go. What a privilege it is for me to stand here with history. This is heritage. Think about it. What are you doing right now? And especially to all the women out there, let's see if we can get that young lady to come over real quick and say hi. Because
next
what
step.
you just said, the next,
She'll be 2 years. She'll be the state commander.
she'll be the state commander.
The one
What a
thing-
perfect way to end the show.
one thing we should always remember is that the best kept secret is the National Home for Children that the VFW has on 629 acres of property up in Eaton Rapids.
Can
And
you
if you're
please
out-
introduce this?
Yeah, come on here.
This is
Next to
Lori
Chief.
Emmers, my junior.
Look right here.
My junior vice commander.
Okay.
And she'll be moving up to senior here in June, and she'll be taking the state over in another year from now.
Lori, Steve Tomaszewski with the Soldiers Family TV and Radio. How are you?
Great.
Wow, nice to see you again. I know we see people and we forget their names and stuff, but tell us who you are, what post you're with, and what's coming up in 2 years. And look right here.
Well, I'm Lori Emmer. I'm with Sycamore Post 5768. And
Go Sycamore, Sycamore Speedway, yay!
Oh yes, yes, great place to go. And in 2 years, I'll be the first female commander of the Veteran Foreign Wars Department of Illinois. And I am
Let's say that
excited.
one more time for those young women and women, even all the way back to the WECs in World War II, about what you're going to be doing again. That's big news. I'm excited. Holy smokes, Batman. Okay, tell us again.
In the VFW, Veteran
VFW,
Foreign Wars
in Illinois.
Department of Illinois. In 2 years, I will be their first female state commander.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely
And
outstanding.
it also will be the 100th year of our Department of Illinois. She will be the commander of that year when it's 100 years old. It'll be a celebration.
Wow. Now, which branch of the service were you in?
Oh, I was in the Army.
Go Army! Go Army!
Tell them what you did.
What did you did?
I jumped out of airplanes and I was a medic.
Wow. Okay. So we got that going. You know, there are so many women who served in the Gulf War, Desert Storm, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Operation Enduring Freedom, and they've been all over the place for the past America's longest war for 18 years. Over 15,000 serving today in Afghanistan. What would you like to say to those young ladies who out there who served our country about the VFW and how to be a part of it?
This is a fantastic organization, and there is a place for all of you women, whichever war that you served. Even if you did a tour in Korea, come be with us because there's a place for you. We need you here. There's great things you can do for your community and your fellow veterans.
Doesn't get any better than that.
And if somebody doesn't ask you to join the VFW, ask a VFW member.
Yes.
Don't get no better than that. Final words from John David. Go ahead.
All I can say is we got a home here for you. Please come out and help us support other veterans. And thank you for serving our country.
Lori? Go ahead. What would you like to say to all those serving today so we can be here? What would you like to tell them?
Thank you for your service, and for those of you overseas right now, please be safe and come home to us quickly.
State Commander Boyer, what would you like to say to our folks?
I'd like to say just stay safe. Come back to the organization, the VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, who does more than anyone else on the planet.
Doesn't get any better than that. And finally, last but not least, and I understand coming up next year, you're going to another position with the VFW.
Actually, this July.
July!
I will be
Holy smokes, Batman!
Commander-in-Chief. That's right.
What
But
will you be doing?
I will be promoting the Veterans of Foreign Wars and our respective auxiliary, which we have for your spouse. So once you're a member of the VFW and or not, your spouse can join with proof of eligibility on your
Wow.
behalf to join
That's
our
exciting.
organization. And together, we take care of business. Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than that. Hey, from all of us here in Illinois and around the world from the VFW, we love you, Godspeed. Remember what we always say, if you can't stand behind our troops, I suggest you stand in front of them. Yeah. Good night, Chester. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Thank you,
Well
Steve.
done. Good night, Chester.
Hell, she